as people, we should be accountable. But what about with marketing? I feel like we don't often talk about what it means to be accountable.
Well, and I think, too, it's like knowing exactly what's working and what's not. A lot of times I hear businesses saying, oh, I'm not going to do that type of marketing because it didn't work. But they don't really know if it worked. I remember always saying, they always, like the big thing a long time ago was that, oh, direct mail doesn't work because nobody's bringing it in, so we're going to do TV. I'm like, well, motherfucker, how many people are bringing a TV in and showing you it worked? Look, I'm coming in because of this TV commercial, but they were spending all their money in that. And it's because direct mail at that time was the only thing tangible, like physically, that you could bring in so they could gauge whether or not it worked. So it kind of got a little bit of a bad rep. I only got 1% response. I only got 2% response direct mail. Mm-hmm. So then I'd always go, well, how much response did you get from the TV or from the radio that you were doing? Since then, a lot has changed as far as traditional. Even like TV is different now with digital assets and the QR codes. You saw a lot of those at the Super Bowl. But the bottom line is being accountable with your marketing, understanding exactly what's worked so that you can monetize it the right way. You know, you don't want to spend money without having access to that feedback loop to know exactly what's working and what's not. Just like being accountable as a human. You know, you really can't just point your finger blindly and say marketing didn't work. You need to know exactly what's working and what's not so you can adjust.
And so as a marketer, like, let's give an example of what it means to hold yourself accountable.
Yeah, so, you know, a lot of times I guess it's like using tracking links and using all of those things as far as like knowing not just specifically if Facebook's working, but which Facebook ad's working, like which one's always going down. And it's not necessarily what's getting the most clicks, what's getting the best impressions, what Facebook likes, but it's what's actually selling deals. And I think Sean and I were just having this conversation this morning because I adjusted all of our marketing and B2B is a little bit different, but I adjusted all of it and we got fewer leads in this week. But he's like, Mike, this morning I had 2 calls and I closed 2 deals. He goes, freaking, we're on the right track. This is what we need to do because the leads that are coming in are not as aggressive, but they're much more qualified. So, and I think that's part of just understanding. I know exactly where they are. I know exactly how much we spend on those leads. So it's encouraging when you build and structure your strategy based off of knowing, because it's hard to tell. Like even as I don't want to say experts because I think we know a lot about marketing, but it's always fluid, always changing.
Yeah.
So, but as much as we do marketing, every niche, every little geographic area, every company, even if it's within the same industry or parallel to several industries, they have little differences to them. Yeah. It's kind of funny how you can do one thing in one market and it fails miserably, where in the other market it blows up crazy. But there are always some similarities where we try to give our best effort because we know that's what it's going to do. But when you're really looking at it from a whole, you kind of start, and that's why we always do like at least a 3-month to a 6-month program when we're starting with somebody, because it's like you need to give us a little bit of time to figure it out, to understand your market. And it's not, oh, we need to figure out marketing. It's actually figuring out your customer, what's going to make them react, what's going to cause that give and take relationship to where you can win every time. And that's part of being accountable. You can't do that without having accountable marketing, because if you're just taking a guess, then you really have no answers in the end.